Memphis rapper Big 30 is now on house arrest after he was charged along with Pooh Shiesty last week on kidnapping and robbery charges. But Big 30's attorney says that he expects to appeal. Fox 13 told you this morning that a judge in North Texas ordered Pooh Shiesty's dad, Lontrell Williams Sr., to be brought back to Dallas after he was also granted house arrest in Memphis. Fox 13's investigative reporter Kayla Solomon joins us live downtown at the federal court. Kayla, it was a packed courtroom for today's hearing.
Yeah, Darcy, and a number of them were family members, loved ones, supporters of Big 30. Ultimately, a judge decided to assign him a $100,000 bail amount with standard bond conditions like a curfew as well as an ankle monitor. But I heard from his attorney, Arthur Horn, who tells me he's expecting an appeal soon.
Here's a young man that has turned his life around and is trying to make something of himself, and unfortunately has gotten himself caught up in a situation that has nothing to do with him.
Rodney Wright.
Trying to make something himself. Then got caught up in a situation that ain't got nothing to do with him.
Jr., also known as Big 30, was given a $100,000 bail by a federal judge with standard bond conditions. But attorney Arthur Horn says the fight to keep him out of custody isn't over.
Going to file an appeal, and they're going to appeal the judge's decision, and we will have to have another detention hearing in Texas on the same facts, just like you saw today.
Wright is one of 9 men facing federal charges stemming from the alleged kidnapping and robbery of rapper Gucci Mane and others in a Dallas recording studio in January. One of Wright's co-defendants, Memphis rapper Lontrell Williams Jr., or Pooh Shiesty, was signed to Gucci Mane's label 1017 Records. Prosecutors say the incident started when the rapper asked to be released from his recording contract, and Gucci Mane said no. Horn says Big 30 has nothing to do with that.
He has no interest in whether Pooh Shiesty has a contract with 1017 or he doesn't.
That's the part I want to get to. He has no interest whether Pooh Shiesty has a contract with 1017 or doesn't. All
right? They're going to make music together regardless.
Horn says he's ready to see how this case plays out in Texas.
I think the interesting thing that we've seen in the last couple of days is that Gucci Mane has come out publicly and said that he's not cooperating with the government.
WAP not cooperating with the government. Okay.
And it is worth noting that last week we did hear from an FBI agent who said that he had not heard from Gucci Mane either. He also noted that there were no working video cameras inside this recording studio at the time of this incident. Darcy.
That is Fox 13's Kayla Solomon reporting live downtown tonight. Thank you, Kayla.
Hey, what's going on, YouTube? I'm back with y'all with another one. And today, what we're gonna do with y'all today, we're gonna break down what the lawyer's talking about. All right, because Big 30 lawyer, he talking one way, Pooh Shiesty lawyer talking another way, and I'm trying to figure out, well, how the hell they gonna be on the same case? You know what I'm saying? And not snitch on each other. Somebody ain't snitching. And Pooh Shiesty lawyer, you know what I mean? But before we jump right into what Pooh Shiesty lawyer finna say, y'all make sure y'all show me some love by hitting that like button, tapping that subscribe button, jumping down in these comment sections, and let me know exactly what y'all think. Am I missing something? Am I looking too deep in it? Or am I spot on, man? So y'all right, let's go. Now let's see what Pooh Shiesty lawyer, let's see what he got to say. 1 second. Here we go. Let's switch it over. So Pooh Shiesty lawyer came out today and said this. Because I'm trying to figure this out. Maybe I'm, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm too deep off in it, but I'm trying to figure this out. Let me see. Now, that's what Pooh Shiesty lawyer. This is a statement how he came out today.
You tell me when you guys are ready. Ready?
Would you say your name first real quick?
Yeah, Bradford Cohen, Cohen, Sam Zengane, and John Helms.
And any questions, just let Brandon go.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
So we had a bond hearing today and a PC hearing today. I think that the relevant things that were said today that I thought were fascinating were that it took 3 months to build a case. And I think the reason for that was because the statements that were given on the evening that this occurred were very questionable. I think the way that the statements were made, what allegedly was witnessed and what wasn't witnessed, I think gave great pause to the FBI. The FBI doesn't take 3 months to arrest someone if they believe everything that was said on the night that it occurred. They were involved the first night, and then nothing happened for 3 months. In addition to that I thought was quite embarrassing was that an FBI agent says they don't have the resources to keep their eye on an individual. This is allegedly an individual that committed a crime that they then didn't watch to see if the guns were present, if the jewelry was present. And what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no...
It's windy as hell out there in Texas. Boy, damn. They can't get nothing clear basically on the mic coming out of his mouth, but we can still understand them. Let's hop back in here, man.
Contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoop.
You're essentially arguing they've got only a he said kind of case. No evidence.
Correct. Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is it's a he said type of a case. I mean, obviously there's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room, right? The owner of the studio who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" Like, the story is quite unusual. And I think that the FBI knew that. I think
should he have added that in? One of the individuals say, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" I think we all know who the hell said that now.
The investigators knew that it was unusual.
Allegedly.
And I think that's why it took so long to make the arrest.
What is your response to the judge saying that, your client still violated the terms of his ankle monitor location?
Sure. Those are all things that are going to be, flushed out. The fact is that he was allowed to be in certain areas at certain times. That really wasn't an argument for today. I wasn't really even going to make that argument. My main thrust of today was to really push on the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for 4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else on to say what she wrote in her own complaint when she's sitting in the courtroom. And that's done quite often in gamesmanship because they don't want to put a rookie on the stand and be measured by our legal team.
How far away is this from trial?
Oh, who knows? We're going to get discovery. We'll take a look at their discovery. They're going to say it's ongoing. I mean, think about it. They had 3 months to get this stuff. They had 3 months to get warrants. They didn't get warrants that night. They didn't get warrants the next night. They didn't get warrants the next month. They didn't get warrants the month after. They waited 3 months to get warrants on whether or not there's guns, whether or not there's jewelry. How about their cell phones? How about the computers? That gives me great pause when I see a case that takes that long to get warrants, if you believe everything that was said on the evening that it occurs.
Does that have a touch out of you?
Hold on, let me take one from her because she was trying last night.
Can you say anything about the identity of RD, and then you also spoke about a social media post?
Correct. So, listen, I don't like when the government put...
That was a great question she just asked right there. That was a great question. We need to know who the hell is RD. We know, but put it on out there.
Its initials in and everyone takes a guess who they are. We all know who they are, right? I'm not going to say it's this person or that person. That's not my job to do. But certainly there have been media posts of individuals that we suspect were involved in that evening where they're denying that it occurred or they're denying that they're giving statements to the government. I think that's unusual as well because of what the government put forward today seems to negate those statements, but we'll have to see how this all shakes out. Listen, guys, Sam and I have had many, many cases together. right? We just finished a case a couple of years ago in San Francisco on the Cash App murder case. And whenever I talk to individuals, whenever I talk to the media, I always say this is not a straight road. It's always a very winding road. So we never know where things are going to take us. We got to look at the evidence as it comes in, and we'll see what's there. I'm just shocked that, you know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it. There might be
I think he was wanting to say, I'm just shocked that Gucci Mane, it looked like he had to catch himself.
this mystery contract. They don't have it. Oh, they were at Staples, you know, making copies. It's just a total guess. So, like, we're not here to guess. I'm here to look at the evidence, to weigh the evidence, and to make the best decision based on that evidence.
Where your client just stays in detention until what?
Yeah, currently he'll stay in detention. We'll get discovery. We'll start going through that. There's going to be several motions that we're going to file, obviously, in the next couple of weeks, but that'll all come out, and we'll give copies to everybody. Look at my man.
Did the feds even interview any of the people yet? Any of the alleged victims?
So my understanding is the FBI has, over the past 3 or 4 months, has interviewed none of the alleged victims, and allegedly they all have future dates to give statements. But I have no idea if that's true. We're basing it on what the agent said on the stand, that each one of those witnesses from that evening is going to appear and give a statement to the federal authorities.
So RD never made a statement as of now?
Not to the FBI, but that evening it appears from the material that they produced and from the agent's testimony is that RD gave a statement that evening, but since that evening has not given another statement. But the FBI said in the future they're all scheduled to give statements, so we'll have to see.
Look, I'm gonna give credit to Fox 4, their YouTube channel, Fox 4 Dallas Fort Worth, for putting this on. And in the previous video, I want to give credit to Fox 13 Memphis, all right, for putting that video up on. If y'all want to go and watch those videos, y'all can. Now, okay, let's break down what Pooh Shiesty lawyer said pretty much. All right, he said that each and every one of these guys, the other 6 or 7 remaining guys that's on this case, they're going to make statements individually by themselves. They haven't made statements yet. Nobody has made a statement yet. They're going to give everybody, they said that they agreed that they're going to give the statements to the federal authority, according to the lawyer right here. What I'm saying is, and my whole thing from what he just said, I'm saying that the Pooh Shiesty lawyer is basically trying to get them to show their hand. He trying to get them to show, hey, what evidence do you got against my client? You holding him, you know what I'm saying? We got almost Gucci is allegedly, well, I ain't gonna say let's go with allegedly, but he's he's not gonna show up for court. So you might as well just go ahead and retract your statements, because I mean, right now you got to be a real street nigga, and then the way you playing like a real civilian, and you trying to do, Gucci, you trying to just you got the police report so you can get your jury back, and you can break even on that, but you trying to act like you didn't snitch. No, you already wrote a statement. You already didn't implicated people. You already didn't pointed out these guys. So just go ahead and stick to that road, man. Go ahead and play it all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Because either way how it go, it's a lose-lose for you at this point anyway. If you don't snitch, you lose your artist. If you do snitch, then your artist, you lost them anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lose-lose for you. And if you do switch, you already lost your street cred, because it's just too many murmurs and rumors and whatever. So it's just basically over with for that point. But the state, they ain't saying nothing. The state, they ain't coming off nothing. They don't know nothing. They know everything they know, but they ain't telling these folks nothing. They ain't giving them nothing to go off of right now. They're gonna drag their feet on this thing as long as they can. What I would think, and the reason why I think they're not giving them nothing right now, because the only thing they have is statements to go off of. But I feel, me personally, when you record something on the iPhone, allegedly saying Big 30 had an iPhone. Most times these days we got iPhones, right? So you record something on an iPhone, it's just not designated to that phone. That's designated to the cloud. All right. So what they're probably trying to do, because Big 30, his phone was destroyed, broken, cracked, however, so they couldn't retrieve the phone. What I feel as if they finna get ready to go pull up his iCloud. When they pull up his iCloud, they get that video. When they get that video, there we go. Because allegedly he recorded the video, and that's the only thing that everybody we've been waiting on. We like, what the video at? You know what I'm saying? Like, give, you know what I'm saying? Let her give everything we asking for and everything y'all saying what was going on. So what's the video at? And we haven't seen the video. Video haven't been produced, but Big 30 phone has been destroyed. And if they can, if they feel like this case is serious enough, then I believe they'll get in their phone. But now we got to look at it just like this, just keeping it. We got the jury part of it that's gonna make it pretty big, because that's insurance. Nobody lost life. Nobody, you know what I'm saying, and nobody died. So I don't see why this would be a matter. But you got this guy, you got these two guys that was on probation wearing ankle monitors, and you know what I'm saying, you got millionaires that can pull all type of strings. So to me, I don't think the benefit to have Pooh Shiesty in jail right now, I don't think nobody gonna benefit off of it. So I'm just gonna just keep it gangster. You might as well just free Pooh Shiesty. Because if Pooh Shiesty go back to jail, I mean, the longer he stay in jail right now, it's just gonna be dead right now. Pooh Shiesty came out and it gave everything about all the energy. You know what I'm saying? So to me, right now, Pooh Shiesty just need to be out. Just call a spade a spade. Pooh Shiesty gave everybody what we've been missing. You know. But on the other hand, I showed that clip from Big 30 lawyer first, because I think too, I was looking for the original clip that I had seen, and Big 30 lawyer is playing to keep his client free, to get his client free. You know, Big 30. His lawyer pretty much saying that, hey, my client has no interest in this case. And I know it was a news clipping that pretty much said allegedly. I'm thinking it was, but I'm sure. I don't know if I didn't watch too many vlogs or what, y'all. But I didn't see it. Let's go with allegedly. His lawyer said that. No, I don't even think his lawyer say he handed him the bag. But his lawyer basically said that he was at the wrong place, wrong time. This didn't have nothing to do with him. Pooh Shiesty, I mean, Big 30 has no interest whether Pooh Shiesty is on 1017 or not, right? So you're separating your client from the rest of everybody. So that's very interesting, y'all, because he gonna have to retract those statements if Big 30 ain't finna be getting looked at as a snitch. Because if his lawyer keep up with those same statements, and as a client, you have to pretty much your lawyer speak for you. But if you know what I'm saying, you have the final say. Just like, I don't know if y'all remember or not, when Young Thug, he took his plea deal, his lawyer basically was telling him, like, listen, this is not what I would, you know what I'm saying? I feel strong from his position. So let him continue to fight the case. All right, you get the plea deal, you go home. But let me finish fighting the case. And he said ultimately that was Young Thug's decision to take the plea deal. So ultimately, this is a Big 30 decision. Let's keep it. Let's just call a spade, right? Big 30, I think he has been in a little trouble. He ain't been in no. It don't even matter how much trouble you've been in. Let me tell you something. If you just handing somebody a bag and these folks talking about kidnapping, let me tell you something. Kidnapping, and basically, are you asking for a ransom because you like sign this? You know what I'm saying? You looking at life. They're going to charge these guys pretty much, equally or and higher. They're going to everybody going to start with a base package, and we're going to go up from there. So, and the base package is going to be pretty damn big on this one. Ain't no use of us starting small. So, I don't think bit 30. Well, we're gonna see. I don't. Let's not go without thinking. We're gonna see a bit 30. You know what I'm saying? If he gonna build a team to fight this, or if he gonna fold. It's only two things this man can do at this point. You're gonna build a team and fight it, because really your legacy too, big 30, is riding on this. You stand tall, you come out this situation. I look at it like, now you walk a flock of flame. You know what I'm saying? You Pooh Shiesty little goon. But if you fold, it's over with for you. Pooh Shiesty, right now, it's just an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle, and until he get his day in court, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be doing day for day, man. He might well go ahead and start doing his burpees. He said he had did 1,000 burpees, so he can go ahead and just get back on the burpee program. So, but what I want to do, I just want to come in, man. I ain't want to make this video too long. I want to come in and react to these news clippings, what the lawyer's talking about. All right, we got big 30 lawyer talking like shit. It's every man for himself. That's what I get out of it. At least what y'all get out of it. Pooh Shiesty lawyer coming out like, hey. No, I'm here for everybody. I ain't finna say nothing to implicate nobody. I ain't finna say nothing to get taken the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he's swinging. So y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all get in the comment sections and make sure y'all like the video, y'all subscribe, and y'all share the video, man. Just let everybody know, man. We need to get awareness on this. This is how this thing right now on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. And once again, I'm Jay, and I'm gone.